guys, it's Shy of the Shy Narwhal. So I would like you to excuse the lighting right now. The lighting has been kind of strange. I have tried everything in my power to make it look normal. Like, I'm in front of a window. The lamp is off because the lamp was throwing off the lighting too, and so this is as best as I can make it. Like most people in the past couple months, I have been spending a ton of time on social media, more specifically YouTube and TikTok. I used to spend a lot of my time scrolling through Instagram, but ever since I downloaded TikTok, that has not been the case anymore. I remember like when I downloaded TikTok a couple months ago, like I think it was at the very beginning of like when we were all in quarantine, scrolling through the For You page, and like there was a bunch of dancing videos and like POVs. It was really gross and kind of weird, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this app. But as I got deeper and deeper into the app, and the algorithm became more relevant to what I like, I suddenly got transported into a world that frankly I don't ever want to leave. I just love it. Occasionally I'll get a video on my For You page, however, that just doesn't sit right with me. I'll end up thinking about it for hours, days, sometimes even weeks after watching it. It eats away at you. A perfect example of this kind of video are the strangely familiar places that you've never been to videos. I would say I get these kinds of videos on my For You page about maybe once or twice a week, and when you get them, it just completely throws you off because you'll be watching like this really humorous video and it's just like you're laughing. All of a sudden you scroll and you get this video pops up. And it just throws you off completely. Whenever I come across one of these videos, I get this really strange feeling of both distress and comfort at the same time. It's the weirdest thing, honestly. I've also been getting quite a few of these videos showing up on my YouTube recommended as well. Like, whenever they started popping up on TikTok is around the same time I got them showing up on my recommended in YouTube. And like, the videos are weird and they give me like a kind of a weird feeling. I think for the most part, most of the photos shown in the videos, I personally don't find them familiar. Like, occasionally I'll come across one where I'm like, I swear I've been there before, but for the most part, it's more the feeling I get from them. It's more the feeling of nostalgia, even though I know for a fact that I haven't been there, if that makes sense. Like, some of these comments, it's very clear that these people are like, no, I've been here. There's no way I haven't been here. But like, for me, it's just like, this looks like something straight out of my childhood. I find these videos unnerving for multiple reasons. First of all, most of the pictures shown in these videos look like they were taken sometime between the mid 2000s to the early 2010s, which I was born in 2001. Like, it reminds me a lot of my childhood and a lot of other people's childhood too. Another thing that makes them really creepy is that they almost every single one of these videos has ambient music playing in the background. Obviously, so depending on what music it is, whether it's calming, whether it's creepy, whether it's both, you get either an unnerving feeling or you get kind of a nostalgic feeling, a calming feeling. Upon doing very little research and just a quick Google search, I found out that many people describe the emotion we get from watching these videos use the word anemonia. Hey guys, it's me in editing, and I just woke up, so please excuse my voice. I just realized that I said this word wrong for the entire video. It's not anemonia, it's anemoia. I don't know where the heck the extra N came from, but yeah, it's anemoia, not anemonia. I swear I can read. I know what the word is. Please don't come at me in the comments. Thank you. As far as I know, isn't actually a real word in the English dictionary. It's just a common term used for this emotion. The only definition I could really find that was like short and to the point was Urban Dictionary, and they simply describe it as nostalgia from a time you've never known. These videos are obviously just slideshows for the most part, and there's always a variety of photos that show up in these kinds of videos, but they all have a similar feel to them. Basically, once you've seen one of these videos, you've pretty much seen them all. So I'm gonna kind of go through some of the most common ones that you will find in one of these videos and like my personal connection to them. Obviously, there's no research that went into this. This is just my not off the cuff, but I wrote this down, but like my thoughts when I see these videos and why they may give off this emotion. So I do have notes on my phone so I can kind of keep my brain in check while I read these. But one of the most common types of photos that are in these videos are daycare/play area places. There's tons of these in these videos. Like, these ones are pretty obvious. I think most people get nostalgic for these because, like, come on, regardless of what time period you grew up in, you obviously, at some point, you've seen or been to or have experienced one of these places to a certain extent. A lot of these places remind me of when I was little and my mom would go work out at the gym and she would drop me and my sister off at some daycare place. But I don't know if it's like the germaphobe in me, but whenever I look at those places, I get really itchy. Like, I feel like just looking at those places, I need to like have hand sanitizer on me and take a shower right afterwards. Cause it just, I don't know, something about those pictures. I mean, it's obviously just the fact that it's a place where like germy kids go, but like, I don't know, like even my 7-year-old self would not want to go to these places. Like, just look at this one. Like, that's gross. Please tell me I'm not the only one who gets really itchy looking at this place right here.
How about I sit here until you fall asleep?
There's a chunk of these photos that also give off almost like a dream-like feel to them. Mainly the outdoorsy ones shown in these videos. Some of these almost give like a Dr. Seuss vibe to them. It has just enough feeling to like look real, but like there's something not quite right about it that gives you kind of that feeling of uneasiness. It's like a live action Dr. Seuss movie. I know that all these photos to an extent are photoshopped or edited, but like the ones that take place outdoors are obviously look like they've been messed with the absolute most, which makes it difficult for me to get a feeling of anemonia because it just doesn't feel real to me. Another group of the photos that always seem to show up are the ones that are like these empty back rooms, and arguably for most people I think these ones are the most creepy just because they're empty and they look like a place that you shouldn't be at. Like the back rooms are meant to be for like employees only, and when you see it you just get this feeling like you shouldn't be there, if that makes sense. For me personally, however, they almost look more like my community college that I'm attending right now. Just like take away some carpets, take away some windows, some doors, and take away all the people, and basically that's what my community college looks like. It doesn't really scare me all that much, it just reminds me of school. So the other group of photos that shows up most often in these kinds of videos are the old style house photos. You know, I think the nostalgia factor is pretty obvious with this one. Like, you get a nostalgic feeling from these because it reminds me of visiting like a family member's house or a grandmother's house, or maybe depending on like where you grew up, it reminds you of your own childhood home. I think the ones though that actually bother me the most are the ones with the old boxy looking television sets. I don't know why, but ever since I was really young, even when television sets were more commonly that shape, I'm actually terrified of like those box televisions when they're off. Like if you're in a dark room and you just see like a poorly lit room and you just see like a box TV, I don't know why, something about that has always creeped me out as a kid and even kind of now as an adult. Like growing up, for example, my family had this giant TV. It was like a box, obviously, because it was old, and it was in the living room. And like for whatever reason, I always felt uncomfortable looking at it when the lights were off and it was like the middle of the night. Like I don't know why, I would just avoid that TV at all costs. Like if I got up for a drink of water or whatever, I would not look at the living room because I didn't want to see the TV at night. It just creeped me out. Like, but for whatever reason, I'm totally okay. Like if it's a flat screen TV, I'm like not as terrified of it, but there's just something about the old style boxy television sets at night that just give me the creeps. I don't know. It's strange. Okay, last but not least, we have the abandoned, unkempt places. So these could be malls, schools, classrooms, homes, whatever. It's basically just a place that looked like it was once alive, like it once had people who went there on a regular basis, and then it closed down for whatever reason. The abandoned places have like garbage everywhere and it's a mess and furniture's all over the place and it's dusty and it's just like obvious that people have not been there in a really long time. And these pictures are both my favorite and my least favorite in these videos to look at. I get this really weird like enjoyment of looking at and walking around abandoned places. Like for example, there's actually this mall nearby my house where that I actually did a video on about a year and a half ago. Don't watch it, it's really bad and it's a cringy video and I'd rather you not. I'll just show you clips from the video right here. This mall used to be my favorite place to walk around, but soon after I made that video and posted it, they closed it down to walkers. So now we can't enter the mall, basically. It's completely shut off, we can't go in. But there was something really peaceful yet scary about the place. I went there as a child twice a week for ballet lessons on the top floor of the mall. And often afterwards, my mom would buy my sister and I pizza from the Rocky Rococo's that used to be there. Going back to the mall 10 years later, only to see 1 or 2 stores that are still open and the mall being completely barren felt sad, but I also felt comfort. It reminded me of my childhood when walking around there. I remember when they closed down the mall to walkers and I was really disappointed. They posted it on their website or whatever that they're no longer going to be allowed to allow walkers there and they're going to demolish the place and turn it into apartments, which I remember being like really bummed out. Like I wasn't upset, like it didn't ruin my day or anything, but it was still kind of just like, I don't know, it made me a little bit sad that I was never gonna be able to walk around this place again, ever. That was a long ramble, but basically seeing these abandoned places in these videos gave me that same feeling that I had walking around the mall. It's comforting, yet it gives off this sad and lonely feeling at the same time. I'm sure many others feel the same way, or maybe they don't and I'm just weird. I don't know. So in the end, I really like these videos. I'm a very sentimental person and I've always had this very strong love for the past. I love seeing comments on these strangely familiar place videos and seeing that other people get the same feeling as I do about their past and their childhoods. I mean, like, I don't know, it's just like typically when I talk about it, people are like, you're so weird, like, you're an adult now, you're free from all that, you get to do whatever you want. But like, for whatever reason, I don't miss my childhood necessarily, but I get really sentimental when I think about it. If you haven't heard of or seen these videos until now, I highly recommend checking them out if you're anything like me, just because, I don't know, the feeling I got when watching these particular videos, I just got this really strong emotion from them that I've never felt before, and it was just, I don't know, I found it really interesting. So, yeah, if you're anything like me, go ahead and check some of them out. Just search up strangely familiar places on YouTube and they're bound to pop up. But yeah, this is kind of a strange video. I don't typically make stuff like this. If you want more videos like this, comment down below. If you want to watch a video about the forgotten snack of the 2000s, you can click the link in the iCard, or you can click the link in the description, or you can click on the link in the end screen. There's so many places to click. And yeah, I'm planning on taking my channel towards this direction of videos. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will be posting more videos like this in the future. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If this video wasn't dreadful, let me know. If you have any suggestions or pointers of things I can do to make videos like this better, let me know about that as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
So pretty, travel light and see the world right. You'll never know if you never go. So run away with me and say hello to New York City.